to Direct Sales Training with Rich Norton. I am your host, and I'm here to give you information on how you can have great success in the field of selling. And we cover a lot of different topics. You'll notice, as if you've watched last videos, we've talked about having a checkup from the neck up. That's a big part of what we do, is having the right frame of mind, having the right attitude. We've talked about going to work, that's important as well. And we talk about secrets that are going to help you to have success in the field of selling. And there's so many, and I will do as many shows as we possibly can. We take about 12 minutes, 13 minutes, and we cover different topics. And I want you to take notes on these, and I want you to find out, what do I need work on? What are some areas that you're covering that I need to improve on? Because no matter who you are and where you are, none of us have arrived. People can say, man, Rich, you've done great, you've achieved amazing success, you've arrived. I still want to keep going. I keep going and going and going. I don't want to stop. I want to keep growing, because that's what life is all about. So today's show, we are focusing on, I got some notes here actually, I wrote a few things down, on sales secrets. And whatever amount we can cover with you today, I'll take different topics, different phrases here, and I'll cover them with you as far as we can go. We may take this into a couple shows, but break out your notebook. Write these things down. I hope they are very useful and they are very helpful. Now, as I was jotting these things down, number one, I put, get serious about what you're doing. And this is very, very important. And I want to ask you that question. Are you 1,000% committed to what you are doing? Are you really serious about what you're doing? Are you just kind of floating along, drifting along? Are you just kind of, whatever happens, que sera, whatever will be, will be? Are you kind of half knowing it, what it, all right? Are you just doing that? Or are you making a full commitment? And that's very important. If you want to have great success, and you want to achieve great success in the field of selling, it takes a 100% commitment. It takes a 1,000% commitment. It takes you saying, I'm serious about my business. I'm serious about selling. I'm serious about becoming successful. So that's my question for you right now. Are you really serious about becoming super successful in the field of selling? Are you a part-time person, or are you a full-time committed 1,000% person doing this? Are you waking up in the morning, whatever time it may be? For me, 4 o'clock in the morning. What time are you waking up in the morning? Are you waking up different times every day? Are you sleeping in? Do you hang on and say, oh, I'm going to need 15 more minutes, 20 minutes, a half hour? Are you working and put it 100% into what you're doing? Are you fully committed, 1,000% serious about what you are doing? And that's an important question, and I want you to really take inventory of that and be serious about that. Write that out. No, I haven't been. Be honest about it. I've really been putting about 50% into this. I know I can do a lot better. I see the leaders, I see the top people, and one thing that I find that they have in common is they go to work all the time, and they're serious about what they do. And it's time for you, for me, for all of us to say, I'm really serious about becoming successful. For example, with us, we put up company incentive trips. Somebody might say, well, I'd like to win one of those. And I'll ask the question, are you serious? Are you really serious? Do you want to win that? Well, what's it going to take to do it? Write out a goal. It's going to take this, and then put a plan on what it's going to take to do that. And then once you've got that plan in place, simply just do it. So my question again, are you really serious about having success in the field of direct selling? And if you are, it's time to put that commitment and go out and make it happen. So that's number one. Number two, when it comes to selling, here's some selling secrets for you, is to identify some of your limited skills. And we all have them. What areas do you think or feel or know that you need work on? I have people that come up to me and say, Rich, I'm good in selling, but I'm not really a good cold caller. And then they resign themselves to just not being a good cold caller. I'm not a good cold caller, I don't have confidence in that, I don't have rejection, and then all the excuses and the rationalization comes in, and it's like, I'm not going to have success in the field of cold calling, and they just resign to the fact that they're not a good cold caller, and they've got all the justification, all the rationalization, and all the excuses of why they're not a good cold caller. So maybe that's one of your areas, and that's okay. Maybe you just never have done cold calling before. Well, how do you get good at that? Very simple. Find the people in your industry that are the best cold callers, and then learn from them and ask them. Say, man, how did you become a good cold caller? And here's a good question to ask them. Were you really good in the beginning? And they'll start laughing. They're going to say, no, man, I was horrible, man. I mean, I wish I had it on video how bad it was. Well, how did you get good at it? I guarantee you, they're going to say this. The way I got good at it is I just kept doing it. I just kept doing it. And eventually, it started clicking. Now, some may have more talents in some areas than others. That's just how it goes. Sometimes you have to work a little extra harder. If that's what it takes, you just work a little bit extra harder. So find what areas that you have limited skills in, and then work on that. You might say, well, I'm having trouble with rejection. Well, let's work on that area. How do you overcome rejection? You might say, for example, you know what? I get down to the end, I give this dynamic presentation, and then I just freeze, and I just can't close them. I mean, I just stop, and I don't know what to say. It's like I just lost it, and it gets down to the end, and the people say, this is great, I love what you're talking about, love what you're selling, I just really need to think about it. Well, here's what you're gonna do. Find the people that are closing. Find the people that are in life where you want to be, and then learn from them. And go to them, call them up, find some mentors and say to them, look, man, you're a great closer. I mean, you're closing deals left and right. I need to learn from you. And then ask them this question also. In the beginning, did it just come natural? You were just probably a great closer from the beginning, right? And they'll start laughing, they'll say, no, man, I stunk at it, man. I was missing presentations, I was missing sales left and right, I was just losing it, it just didn't work for me at all. Well, how did you get good at it? And I think you know the answer at this point. The only way I'm going to get good at it is I got to get out there and I got to practice it, and I have to do it over and over again with the right attitude. The worst thing that you can do is find people that aren't in life where you want to be and seek counsel or advice from them. Because you know what's going to happen? You're going to get negativity. You're going to get, I tell you what, I knew you weren't going to make that, man. I told you, man, sales is hard, man. It's hard for me too. You probably should hang it up. I'm thinking about hanging it up myself. I knew this really wasn't going to work out. You should probably, there's another job, you can get another job, they're going to pay you a salary, and it may not be as much as you could make there, but at least you got a good security. And now you're filling up with all the wrong information. And this is a whole nother story in itself. So be careful who you're getting your advice from. So I'm going to repeat that. Find the people that are in life where you want to be, or they're going in life where you want to be, and learn from them. So, number 2, identify that. What are some of your limited skills that you have when it comes to direct selling? And this could be life in general, because again, we're all under construction. We all need to grow. We all need to improve. That's life. Once we stop growing, we start shrinking. So work on the areas that you need work on most of all. And these are just 2 things, getting serious about what you're doing and identifying what's your limited skills that you have. And I'm going to end on that note because I have a couple other things. We'll move on to that in the next video. But that's your focus, that's your assignment for this week as you're watching this video, as you're taking notes. Number one, I want you to answer this honestly. Are you serious about what you're doing? Are you putting that 1,000% commitment into what you are doing? If you're not, if you want to have success in selling, don't you think it's about time to get serious? And number two, what are your limited skills and what do you need work on? So that's your assignment for the week. I want to hear some good stories. You can reach out to me. You'll see all throughout the video my phone number and the email address. Keep reaching out to me. I want to hear your stories and your secrets and your testimonies. It makes me smile and it's just fantastic. I want to celebrate your success. So we'll see you in the next video. Hey, it's Rich Norton here with the super crew of Payrock. Now, when we talk about the super crew, we are talking about, and I'm bragging a little bit, the #1 team with Payrock. And Payrock is huge. They do billions of dollars in transactions all throughout the world, and we just so happen to be the #1 team, and we have representatives all around the country having great success with us. And many of you have reached out after watching our shows, direct sales training. You like what we're teaching, it's helpful for you. I know some of you have talked about maybe transitioning into what we're doing, or maybe you've never been in sales and you want to get into sales. We have plenty of opportunities because people ask me that question. Yes, we do. Wherever you are at, we have opportunities. So how do we do this? How do we get someone to become successful with us? Reach out to me. We will do an interview with you. We can do an application with you, but more important, we want to find out who you are, what your background is, where you're going from here on in, what your goals are, what your desires are, and if you're a good fit, we will get you on board where we will teach you how to make six-figure income, how to build a residual income, and this is as big as you want it to be. I'm talking about making money while you sleep. It's all up to you. It's an incredible opportunity. I get the privilege and the blessing to be able to see representatives all around the country having their dreams come true. You can have your dreams come true, no secret formula. You gotta find the right vehicle, which we have. You got to find the training, which we have. You got to find the support, which we have, and then just simply go for it. So if I'm describing you, reach out to me. You'll see the numbers below. You'll see the email. You'll see my phone number. I keep busy. If I don't answer, text me, leave me a message. I look forward to sharing this amazing opportunity with you.